2.41. 1. Two.
Goodbye.
3. Four.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, Jack. It's Sandra. I was just calling to confirm that meeting.
5. Six.
Hello?
Oh, hi, it's James. I phoned half an hour ago, but Anne wasn't in. Is she there now?
7. Two 2.42. 1.
You have to wear a seatbelt in a car.
Do you have to work on Saturdays?
I had to wear a uniform at my primary school.
I'll have to get up early tomorrow. My interview is at 9 o'clock.
2.
You must be on time tomorrow because there's a test.
You must remember to phone Emily. It's her birthday.
3.
I love the Louvre. You have to go when you're in Paris.
You must see this film. It's amazing.
2.43.
You don't have to pay. This museum is free.
You don't have to go to the party if you don't want to.
2.44.
You mustn't park here.
You mustn't eat that cake. It's for the party.
2.45.
You should take warm clothes with you to Dublin. It might be cold at night.
You shouldn't drink so much coffee. It isn't good for you.
I think the government should do something about unemployment.
2.46.
Should.
Ought.
Mustn't.
Talk.
Wrong.
Listen.
Half.
Dishonest.
Knowledge.
Design.
Whole.
Rhythm.
Doubt.
Foreign.
Calm.
Island.
2.47. 1.
You must switch off your phone on a plane.
2.
You should only call him in an emergency.
3.
We have to leave at 11.
4.
You mustn't open other people's emails.
5.
You shouldn't talk loudly on a mobile phone.
2.48.
I always thought that good manners were always good manners, wherever you were in the world. But that was until I married Alexander. We met in Russia when I was a student there, and I always remember when I first met him. He came to my flat one afternoon, and as soon as he came in, he said to me, in Russian, "Nalye menye chai," which means, "Pour me some tea." Well, I got quite angry and I said, "Pour it yourself." I couldn't believe that he hadn't used a "could you" or a "please." To me, it sounded really rude. But Alexander explained that in Russian, it was fine. You don't have to add any polite words. Some months later, I took Alexander home to meet my parents in the UK, but before we went, I had to give him an intensive course in pleases and thank yous. He thought they were completely unnecessary. I also told him how important it was to smile all the time. Poor Alexander. He complained that when he was in England, he felt really stupid, like the village idiot, he said. Because in Russia, if you smile all the time, people think that you're mad. And, in fact, this is exactly what my husband's friends thought of me the first time I went to Russia, because I smiled at everyone and translated every please and thank you from English into Russian. Another thing that Alexander just couldn't understand was why people said things like, "Would you mind passing me the salt, please?" He said, "It's only the salt, for goodness sake. What do you say in English if you want a real favour?" He was also amazed when we went to a dinner party in England and some of the food was, well, it wasn't very nice, but everybody, including me, said, "This is delicious." In Russia, people are much more direct. The first time Alexander's mother came to our house for dinner in Moscow, she told me that my soup needed more salt and pepper, that it didn't really taste of anything. I was really annoyed, and later, after she left, Alexander and I argued about it. Alexander just couldn't see my point. He said, "Do you prefer your dinner guests to lie?" Actually, I think I do. I'd prefer them to say, "That was lovely," even if they didn't mean it. Anyway, at home we now have an agreement. If we're speaking Russian, he can say, "Pour me some tea," and not say thank you when I give it to him. But when we're speaking English, he has to add a please, a thank you, and a smile.